Good morning, Unity Church of Overland Park. I'm not worried about tomorrow. Today I declare freedom from yesterday, mistakes of the past. Today all things are made brand new. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should? I can change my reality by changing my mind. Perfect peace, joy, and happiness is yours and it's mine. I am love and so are you. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should? Let me hear you say, all is well, all is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, all is well, all is well, and unfolding as it should. I am cloaked in the Spirit, I am fed by the divine. I am one with all that it is. My soul is free from time. I am blessed and so are you. And don't it feel good to know that all is well? Don't it feel good? All is well. Just to know that all is well. All you got to do is change my mind. I'm free. Oh, don't you know that all is well and unfolding as it should? If you could, please stand. Join us singing Love Is My Decision. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show. Love decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. My decision right here and now. And if you could, one more with all good, all good. All good, holy, holy. All good, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart and my soul. Let me know all is good, holy, holy. All love, holy, holy. All love, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart and my soul. Let me know all is love, holy, holy. All one, holy, holy. All one, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart and my soul. Let me know all is one, holy, holy. All God, holy, holy. All God, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart and my soul. Let me know all is God, holy, holy. All good, holy, holy. All good, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart and my soul. Let me know all is good, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart and my soul. Let me know all is good, holy,
Morning, Unity Church of Overland Park. And I'm Laura Carl, and I'm very happy to be here as well. There's something different about you, but I can't, I mean,
I don't usually wear a stole, but it's Pride Month, and I have this beautiful rainbow stole.
that's
Jackie,
not it.
we need to check your mic. Something's a connection or something.
Check. My name is Reverend Jackie Fernandez, and it is my great joy to be with you this morning. Good morning, Unity Church of Overland Park. Is hers working? Oh, yeah, they can hear me fine.
Oh, they can hear you. Okay, so as we were saying, I have a new stole.
It's not your stole.
My bracelets?
Those are nice bracelets, but no, that's not it.
Oh.
Do you have new makeup?
It's the hair, isn't it?
Oh. It is not a wig. I've been asked several times this morning, is that a wig? It is not a wig. This is, in fact, my real hair.
And, you know, I didn't go to Pride this weekend.
You brought it here with you.
I did.
I brought it here with me. So it is so wonderful to be with you this morning. So wonderful to have Reverend Fred, Pancho Javier, and the UCOP band with us this morning. We have Jasmine Velasco providing ASL-English access. And all of you here in the room, those of you who are tuning in from the balcony on YouTube and Facebook, we are so glad you are with us today. Let's center in this morning in prayer. We set this prayerful space, this holy space made so because we are here. We are present and aware of God, holiness, universe, whatever name you want to give it. We are in its presence, and we are the activity of its presence. So we greet this day with gratitude for this truth, that we are co-creators with the one power, one presence in the universe, God, the source of all good. So we allow this presence to animate us in this day as a power and presence of love, as a source of wisdom, as the presence of oneness, and as holders of the flame of oneness. So we unite our presence collectively as a beacon of light in the world for all that is good, all that is God. And we breathe the presence of safety, of protection, of love, of acceptance, of inclusivity, and of celebration. As we speak one of our foundational affirmations in unity, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. God, the source of all good.
And we take a moment and we think about those who are not able to feel that safety and that protection. And we hold them in our hearts and we surround them with love. Let's just take a second to feel all the love that you have and beam it out to those people. And so it is.
Get ready, 'cause here I come now. Get ready, 'cause here I come. Get ready, 'cause here I come now.
Hi, I'm Tiffany.
And I am Barb, and we have a few announcements for you this morning. On Sunday, June 30th, we will hold our annual membership meeting after the morning service. We'll have lunch available on a love offering basis. The meeting will begin around 11:45 a.m., and the Leadership Council will offer a review of the past year, provide a financial update and presentation of the new fiscal year budget, and elections will be held for the Leadership Council and Nominating Committee. If you are a member of the church and unable to attend the meeting, an absentee ballot can be obtained by contacting the church office or sending a request to ucop@ucop.org. Those ballots are due back to the church by Thursday, June 27th at 5 p.m.
Okay, and also our Folks with Faith Affinity Group is having their next meeting on Saturday, June 22nd. It's at 10:30 in the morning. Right here at the Plex Pod, it'll be back in the cafe. And they are bringing in Jenny Hahn, and she'll be doing a presentation entitled Creative Flow. This session will offer a crash course in tapping into your inner voice through vibrant visuals, real-life stories, writing prompts, and mindfulness practices. The doors open at 10 o'clock in the morning, and a Zoom option is also available, as well as ASL access, which will be provided upon request.
We have a wonderful workshop coming up this summer on Saturday, July 13th from noon to 4 p.m. It will expand upon the breath work that Reverends Jackie and Fred recently shared in our Sunday meditations. Laura Wolf is a master breath work facilitator and will lead a workshop on shamanic breath work, a powerful breathing technique using circular breathing and chakra-attuned music as a means to facilitate deep healing, transformation, self-awareness, and self-empowerment. Discounted early bird registration is now open, and more details about the workshop are in our e-news and website, and also in the cafe. We encourage you to check it out to see if this speaks to you. Laura will be joining Reverend Jackie during the Sunday service on Sunday, June 30th, to share more with us as well.
That sounds awesome. Okay, so will everyone please join with me as we speak together the vision statement for Unity Worldwide Ministries, a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening.
Thank you, Barb and Tiffany. Thank you, Pancho.
Together and pick me from the crowd and return me to my sender. Whatever path you follow, push on to tomorrow. Solve, servant, and create no sorrow. So many rivers, but they all reach the sea. They're telling me he's different, but I just don't believe it. Love is the glorious, and everyone shall reach it. Whoever seeks it, seen it unseen. I don't wanna reason anymore about the one I love, the one I love. I don't wanna reason anymore about God above, God above. I just wanna melt away in all His grace, drift away to that sacred place where there's no more you and me, no more they and we, just unity, yeah, yeah. Just unity, yeah, yeah. From the mango trees, I just wanna taste the sweetness so you can defeat this above and beneath this. Yeah, come one and all, come stand tall, and whatever you approach and dance or meditation, you got love and longing, you can reach the station. You find the road, the supreme abode. In this city, our hearts shine like gold. Don't wanna reason anymore about the one I love, the one I love. I don't wanna reason anymore about God above, God above. I just wanna melt away in all His grace, drift away to that sacred place where there's no more you and me, no more they and we, just unity, yeah, yeah. Just unity, yeah. Just unity, yeah. Being Jesus, Buddha, Moses, and Garanda, all dance around and dance into your thunder. Drunk on the wine for love for thee. Well, tell me, when will I be blessed with the blissful company? Blissful company, go from sea to sea, from the depths of the valley to the mountain peaks. So many stories and so many fables of how the king sings and how the wall wails in Jerusalem. To the holy Himalayas, from Mount Zion to the hills of Jamaica. All land is holy, all land is sacred. All shall leave this world completely naked, completely naked, completely. I don't wanna reason anymore about the one I love, the one I love. I don't wanna reason anymore about God above, God above. I just wanna melt away in all His grace, drift away to that sacred place where there's no more you and me, no more they and we. I don't wanna reason anymore about the one I love, the one I love. I don't wanna reason anymore about God above, God above. I just wanna melt away in all His grace, drift away to that sacred place where there's no more you and me, no more they and we, just unity, yeah, yeah. Where there's no more you and me, no more they and we, just unity, yeah, yeah. Where there's no more you and me, no more they and we, just unity, yeah, yeah. Just unity, yeah. Just unity, yeah, yeah. Just unity, yeah, yeah.
Are we good? Can you hear me now? Okay, we're going to use this. Here we go. Let's just take that off. Sorry, putting your tape here. No more they and we, only you and me. Wait. No more they and we, no more you and me, just unity, right? No separation, only oneness. Are you with me in that? But are you? I'm just going to throw some words out. Mother-in-law. Sister. Grown child. Landlord. Boss. Neighbor. Are you still with me? Or did you take a little step back from the unity line? It's okay if you did, because you are human. And even in nature, even on this planet, there is division. And I want to share with you because, okay, today's talk title is Transcendent Unity, Raising the Vibration. So we're going to get back to the line of unity. But I want us to do it authentically. To be right where you are, if there are places and circumstances and relationships, situations in your life where you really don't feel unity, doctor. There's a place on this planet called the Wallace Line. Are you familiar with it? It is invisible. You cannot see it, but you can see it on the map drawn for us, and it is a divide between Southeast Asia and Australia, and all of the islands that basically, at one point in time, were part of Australia. And what is so unique about this line is that on one side of the line, there are certain animals, birds, fish, plant life, and on the other side are completely different animals, fish, birds, plant life, and even the fish in the water do not cross the line. I hear some giggles. That's kind of absurd, isn't it? Like, how do they know? Oop, right up to the line, we're going to turn right back around and swim away. How do the birds, like, do they, whoomp, 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 oh, time to go. It is invisible. There is nothing energetic. Well, that's arguable. There's nothing measurable, except for the perceived and observed differences of all fauna and life that exists on either side of the line. So I want to bring your attention down to the bottom of this map. You see Bali on one side and the island of Lombok on the other. There are 35 kilometers between these islands. It's about 22 miles. So for local comparison, it would be as if the animals here, the birds and the fish here on this side of the Missouri River were entirely different than those we would find in Parkville. Entirely different. Let's go to the next slide, because we're going to see another depiction of this Wallace Line. So you see on the Asian side, we have elephants, monkeys, marsupials. We have rhinoceros, certain kinds of birds, certain even kinds of rodents. The only cross-population of rodents happens when they hitch a ride on a plane, okay, or a boat. And on the other side, I mean, if you're familiar with Australia, right? Platypus, kangaroos, koala, the eucalyptus plant. Completely, radically different evolution of being on that side of the Wallace Line. And what is underneath the Wallace Line that is just drawn on the map is a deep trench. There are 4 tectonic plates that meet in that area of the world, and it is a deep, deep trench that prevents fish and even birds, plant life, mammals to cross the line. Is there a resonance of that trench, that divide that you feel in your body? Is there a familiarity to that extreme division? And this is not a time to judge yourself for your answer. This is a time to be honest with yourself in that answer. Because we see that kind of divide all over the place in society, don't we? And what we know, spiritually speaking, is that whatever is outpictured in the outer realm begins first in consciousness. So, of course, there is a Wallace line on this planet. Of course, there is an imaginary line that nature has agreed not to cross because that exists in consciousness. And we each have it at different times of our lives and to different degrees of depth, different degrees of commitment. There are some bats who have managed to cross the line. Maybe you identify as part bat, and you've crossed the line. You've been willing to cross the divide that is ancient. There are families that have ancient divides, generational divides, that you might adhere to simply because this is the way we live. Those people over there and us over here. If you have really done any kind of study on the kinds of animals you find in Australia, you will know they are terrifying. I mean, they have spiders that are this big that jump, okay? They have dragons. And if you've ever really paid attention up close to a kangaroo, we're not talking about Roo on Winnie the Pooh. They are beasts, right? They look like they have spent all kinds of time in the gym and might be on testosterone. So what do we experience in that around these divides? Fear. I want to talk about fear today. And I want to talk about it because spiritually speaking, we often engage the practice of denials and affirmation, not being in denial, but denying the power of error thinking over our hearts, souls, and minds, denying the power of fear over us, and then we affirm what's true, right? I'm a divine, precious child of God. And yet, fear is a common experience. Some people would be terrified to even just come stand up here, right? Public speaking is one of the number one fears in people. When we think about the divides in our lives, a lot of those are fear-based. Not only of how you will experience what's across the divide, but how you will be received in your authenticity and the truth of who you are and what you believe and how you outpicture as a presence of God. There are so many ways that we get scared, aren't there? Doctor, diagnosis, health, life. For some people, just leaving the house is a terrifying experience. And we have rampant anxiety and social anxiety in this country in particular, but around the globe as well. So fear, you could say, is at an all-time high. We live in a culture and society that experiences mass shootings on a regular basis. That is scary. So it is not spiritual failure to be afraid. Our sacred scripture, the Bible, uses the phrase, "do not be afraid," or "fear not," or variations of, many, many times over. In many English translations, 365 times that phrase or a variation of it appears. What's that number? Every day, there is a message for us to fear not, do not be afraid. And yet, many of us are terrified, and for good reason. So, that's why there would be this message in our sacred scripture, right? Do not be afraid, because it is a natural human response to life, to the unknown, to that which we feel hopeless for, to nature. You know, I shared with you just recently, I was in a storm that produced a tornado, and a hailstorm so strong it nearly totaled my car. You think I was afraid? I was terrified. Terrified. I had just enough awareness and faith to blast some text messages out for prayer, because I was so desperate that the only thing that could possibly help in that situation was prayer. But what happens when we are afraid? For some people, they paralyze, right? They freeze. Can't think, can't speak, can't act, can't do. But there is another possibility that happens when we are in great fear. And that is the power and opportunity to transmute that fear. There is creativity in fear, divine innovation in fear. Have you ever been in a situation where you were so scared, and if I were to ask you right now, what would you do if X, Y, or Z ever happened to you, and your first answer would be, I have no idea. But when you found yourself in that situation, you knew exactly what to do. That is creativity and divine innovation. That is transmuting an experience of fear and the feeling of fear into a state of empowerment. So for me, when I was in the storm, I started pulling backpacks and everything I could out of the back seat of the car and placing them over my daughter Skippy to cover her, because it seemed as though the windshield was going to come in, and I didn't know just how bad this was going to get, and if there were going to be, parts of barns, pieces of debris and trees coming in any which direction. I grabbed the metal dog bowl and asked them to place it on their head. Now, had you had a conversation with me a few weeks prior to that and just said, well, if you were out in western Kansas somewhere and there was a storm and a tornado descending upon you, what would you do? Drive away. Get into the ravine. Find an overpass and crawl up into the little, crevice of the overpass. In western Kansas, I did say to Skippy, okay, it's fine. If there's a tornado, we're going to get into the ravine. The first thing that came was hail this size, and I am not exaggerating. No, you're not getting out of the car. You are not getting out of the car in that situation. And by the way, it had been day. It was 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and now it was night. We couldn't see, and because of the wind and the hail and everything that was coming, there was no visibility. So it would have been impossible to go anywhere. It was impossible to drive anywhere. So innovation, creativity, what do I have available right now that will help and support? And I have no doubt that it was the power of prayer that was coming to us that helped sustain me in that thinking. I also know that having my child with me was a great motivator. A great motivator. Later we talked about it and they said, you seemed very calm. That was not my experience. And I'm so grateful for them that it was theirs, that they saw me being calm and that they were able to hopefully lean into that. Fear, terror. Last weekend, our Nairobi chapter of Folks with Faith was raided. It is illegal in Kenya to be gay. So the church was, all of their literature, all of their resources supporting the queer community there was confiscated. And the 4 ministers are in hiding. Fear. A beloved last Sunday was eating lunch in a public restaurant and began to be verbally attacked. And an individual followed them into the bathroom and blocked them in to that space. It all resolved peacefully. And that beloved, in that moment of fear for safety, prayed and then moved their feet and walked out the door. And the offender stepped to the side. This is why I want to talk about fear, because those stories scare me. When I heard about those stories, I went into fear, a fear state. I had anxiety. My heart was racing all the time. And I want to stand here before you as your minister and share that with you, because I am human. And that is a very human experience and response to the terrible things that happen in this world. What is important about that is that I moved my feet. I didn't go into paralysis. I didn't fall into victim mentality. I didn't give in to hopelessness, though there were moments where I felt hopeless. Will this world ever be a safe place for people I love? I reached out to mentors and colleagues, friends, and through prayer and spiritual tools, I worked with the anxiety that was in my body. I worked with my mindset, and I got a haircut, which was already scheduled, by the way. But I got this haircut. I spent extra time in self-care, which is, not just bubble baths and lighting candles and chocolates, right? There were chocolates. But real self-care, of slowing down, of speaking my fear, and reminding myself that I am a unique, unrepeatable expression of the one holy presence in the universe. And over, that voice says, do not be afraid. So in that statement, do not be afraid, is an acknowledgement that you're going to get scared. You are going to experience fear. Let's go to that next slide, because I came across this meme this week on Facebook. The story of Scripture in 4 phrases repeated throughout the pages. I love you. I am with you. Don't be afraid. You can come home. I spent a lot of time with those phrases. I love you. I am with you. Don't be afraid. You can come home. You can come home to yourself, to your own divine power, to the truth of who you are, which may include that right now you're a scaredy cat, and that's okay. There are good reasons to be afraid in this world. Do not be ashamed of your fear. Do not count it a spiritual failing, because if you do that, you will bury it and galvanize it deep in your soul and in your body, and your body will hold it. That is not how we treat our fear. That is not how we treat our hearts. We don't pretend, well, now I said the prayer for protection and I'm not scared anymore. It doesn't work like that. You may need to repeat the prayer for protection over and over and over, and I will be really honest with you. There are times the light of God surrounds us, the love of God unfolds us, the power of God protects us, and I'm like, But what about those kids in that school, or that one, or that one, or the people in that church, or the people at the Super Bowl parade? What about this diagnosis and that diagnosis? And so we have to keep reaching deeper into truth. That the prayer for protection is not superstition. It is not a wish list. It is truth statements, poetically written, for us to recite anywhere, anytime, and to dig deep into the truth. That regardless of outward circumstances, regardless of what is out picturing in the world, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And we can go back through it and add as us. The light of God as us surrounds us. The love of God as us enfolds us. The power of God as us protects us. The presence of God as us. As us. And because God is, all is well. You may not like the circumstances you are in. You may not be having any kind of fun in the circumstance you are in. But what we can always know is that all is well and all is as it should be. And when it's not, that is a cue and a clue for you to rise up, to raise the vibration of your thought, of your feelings, of your knowing, and be that presence, be the as us. Or to reach out to someone who can. Because, my friends, we find ourselves in situations where we can't be that presence. And so those are the times when we have to know, do not hide. Do not be afraid to reach out to someone who can be that presence for you. That is the gift of unity. That is the gift of unity. So we bring it together in community wherever that community exists for you. And we remember for each other. There is only one presence and one power in the universe. And it is moving as us. And when I need a holding, you hold me. And when you need a holding, I hold you. When we collectively need it, we all reach in and hold each other, not to shame the fear out of each other, not to shame the hopelessness out, but to be with it. That is the medicine, and that is the only medicine that heals. Are you still with me? Yeah. So we're going to allow ourselves to be just as we are. And it might be on one side of a very deep trench with the scary animals. And you may not have a vision or a hope or a way across the trench. So we're going to do an infilling. If we can't cross the trench, we're going to raise the trench. Right? We're going to fill it in with the only presence that truly exists. So let's take this into meditation. And bringing the attention to the breath, don't change it, just notice it. It was already breathing before you noticed. If you haven't closed your outer eyes, I invite you to do so now or simply soften your gaze. That you can open the inner eye to the vast expanse of possibility moving in you as you. You are loved by the universe itself. You will experience fear, and the universe responds, do not be afraid. Which is just another message of not giving in to the fear. So notice in your body, in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, where there is fear, just simply notice it. Because if we don't know where it is, we cannot transmute it. We cannot empower it. Empower possibility. We want to disempower the impact of fear. But we must be willing to be honest. If you find yourself thinking, oh, I'm fine, I don't fear for myself, but I fear for someone else. Then we come back to the body and we realize that fear lives within. I fear for someone else. That is your own fear. We might dismiss a judgment. I'm afraid they won't do the thing I want them to do. Oh, I'm judging. But we use the word afraid. So there is a fear buried in there. So just notice. Allow it to be seen and revealed to you. If it is hidden, and if it is very well known and you are very familiar with it, just let it be. Because we are now in the presence and strength of community, and we can hold our collective fear together. This is a safe space to hold that fear. And we just sit with the breath and the awareness. And remember the power of awareness. If I can know it and see it and identify it, possibility is available to me. How might I raise the vibration of this fear and not give in to victim thinking, not give in to hopelessness, not give in to a need for control, but raise the vibration into faith, into imagination, into wisdom, into love, into strength, into understanding, into zeal. All the 12 powers available to us, working in us, as us at all times. Release that which no longer serves. Reveal power. Judgment as the power of discernment. What is mine to do? What is mine to say? What is mine to know? Right here, right now. Love. Not just available to me, as me, through me, but I am love. You are love. Manifest. We are here to remember this truth and not to give it lip service, but to remember it into our body, into our mind, into our words, and with it to notice and feel the empowerment that comes with that knowing. Terrible things happen in this world all the time. People make terrible decisions and take terrible action all the time. Nature betrays all the time in many different ways. And even still, there is one power and one presence. Even still, that power and presence chooses you, manifests itself through you, animates itself through you. Life. Life always has the last word. So we rest in this truth. We yield our will to divine order as we trust the outpicturing of the highest and best, not because we leave it to chance, but because we take it to heart and we speak it into manifestation. We transcend any divide that outpictures in our lives to the extent we want. We fill the deepest trench with light and love. And yet we don't control how any single being responds or behaves or thinks or votes. But we do what is ours to do, which is light, love, wisdom, transformation. We stay the course of truth. And in this way, we stand the test of time. And for this day, for this life, for this love, we are so grateful. For the knowing of our own divine power, we are uplifted into the greatest expression of gratitude. And for the opportunity to rest in the stillness, in the comfort of community. We are so grateful for the collective wisdom and love in this room and in the balcony. Medicine. We are so grateful. And for the freedom to gather and speak these truths, we are grateful. And so it is. Amen.
I'm just letting that be, right? Wave up a minister. Just let that be. Thank you, Reverend Jackie.
I love that. Come on home. I feel, and I don't think I'm alone, that UCOP is a home and you all are family. I don't know many places that not only accepts you, but celebrates you for who you are, your own unique divine expression. So if you feel like I feel, please hold that gratitude in your heart as we bless our gifts of time, talent, and treasure as we say, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am joy-filled and grateful.
Terry says he's joy-filled and grateful. I know I am. We didn't give the band their cue that's normally there. So.
When I was a boy each week, Sunday we would go to church, pay attention to the priest. He would read the holy word, consecrate the holy bread. Everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two. Jesus made the water wine. I remember feeling sad. Miracles don't happen still, but now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, and even better magic trick is that there any here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water was rare at best, I barely with my fingertips. Now I have to hold my breath, 'cause I'm swimming in a sea of it. Used to be a world half there, heaven second-rate hand-me-down. Now I'm walking with the reverend tail, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Read a questioning child's face, say it's not a testament, that would be very hard to say. See another new morning come, say it's not a sacrament, I'll tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, I saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. Makes me wanna bow my head. I remember when church let out things have changed since then. 'Cause everything is holy now. 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 Everything's a miracle. 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 Everything is holy now.
Oh, thank you, Pancho, Reverend Fred, and the UCOP band. Wonderful, wonderful music today to help lift us, lift and raise the vibration into transcendent unity. Let's do it. Give them a round of applause. So we want to give a special thank you to our volunteers, the Sanctuary crew. If you serve as a Sanctuary crew member, please stand now so we can show you our love and appreciation. It's okay. We love you, John. And I wanted to give you two opportunities to volunteer. If you're looking for a way to serve, one way is on our Caravan team, and that is so that people who are unable to drive to church are able to get here. And you don't have to commit to it every Sunday. The idea is that we have a full team so that it might be once a month that you're providing transportation. So our dear Jana Love is requiring transportation, and so if you would like to be on that team, please sign up at the table or let me or Reverend Eileen know, and we will help get you coordinated and set up to do that. Also, Juneteenth is coming up, and there will be a Juneteenth celebration at Unity Convention out at Unity Village. If you want to participate in the Juneteenth choir, do we have some singers in the house? It's a group of people. Yeah, we got some singers. You have an opportunity to do that now. And so you would want to contact Stephanie Bland, and you can reach out. We'll put this in the newsletter as well. But Stephanie Bland, and I want to give you just a quick synopsis of what that would look like. If you're interested, rehearsals will be on Tuesdays, the 11th and 18th of June at Unity on the Plaza from 6 to 8. And then you will sing 3 times at convention on June 19th. So easy gig, fun. It will be a really fun time at convention with Unity ministers from all over, even from out of the country there. So reach out to Stephanie Bland, and her number is 913-963-5248. So now you can go back and watch the recording and get that number, or just ask me, and I'll be sure and share that with you. Okay, let's speak our mission statement together, raising the vibration of this mission statement as we speak it week after week. Today we say it renewed. Unity Church of Overland Park transforms lives and empowers people to make a difference in the world. Next Sunday is Father's Day, so bring your father or a father figure or someone important to you. And we have guest speaker Reverend Sandra Campbell, Things My Father Taught Me. And she will be wonderful, and Millie Edwards will be here to sing. All right, do we have kids? Amy was there, she's not. Let's go ahead and stand up if you are willing and able, and sing our closing song.
May the long time sun shine upon you. Pure light And if you could, look to the person next to you, behind you, beside you, and acknowledge their presence as well. We are glad you are here. I am glad you are here. We are enough. Thank you for being here in this moment. May the long time sun shine upon you. Surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way
And now, from right where you are, join me in the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. For there is a force of love moving through the universe that holds us fast and will never let us go. Bless you.